besties, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Maya and I like to talk about books here on the internet. If my voice sounds a little weird, it is. I am probably sick, but I am very excited to share everything that I've read this past month, okay? And my voice is doing relatively well for right now, so I was like, while it's doing relatively well, let me just do this and then worry about the consequences of my actions later, okay? Because we don't think about consequences over here. Cheers to that. While this is probably the most books I have read in a month thus far, this is also probably going to be the shortest wrap up just by the very nature of what's gonna happen. So let's get into it, shall we? Here are the first four. I kind of binge read Heartstopper just a tiny bit. Just a smidge, okay? I may have also done quite a fair few TikToks of the entire thing too, which I can also just insert here just to like add context and also just time to this video.
Sometimes you gotta step back from the world and get lost in a book.
Tell me though, who's Penelope?
She's my wife.
Anyways, I've got all you could want here, all you could need here.
I just posted a video where I did a very trendy audio about the books that I have been reading recently, and I didn't do the audio that I normally do for a current read because I finished all of these books. I had been showing you guys that I was about to be reading Zodiac Academy. I gave my thoughts on a problematic element that I don't think I can read about in books just personally. During the time of like not reading that book, I did read all four of those manga, a very viral series called Heartstopper. I just kind of got on this binge, like it was back-to-back days, volumes 1 through 3. Then I immediately got volumes 4, and that book made me cry. Now we're about to go out and get Heartstopper volume 5. I'll do that in another video, whatever, because I have a feeling that's not the only book that I'm gonna get if I allow myself to get a book. And I just wanted to share that this series is probably one of my favorite series so far this year, and it's just so heartwarming. There are so many good things about this book. It is so fast-paced, it is written very well, the characters are well rounded out, the story is also. There is so much going on with the plot for so little real estate, honestly, with the type of format that it is, and it's just brilliantly done. So Alice Oseman, great job. And all 4 books are a 5-star. There is this one series that is just taking over my life at the moment, and we're gonna be getting book 5 very, very soon. I don't know if it's gonna be today because I am at work, or tomorrow because I am also at work, and I work 11.5-hour shifts, so that might not be conducive to going out early and getting the books. Also, the store opens when I need to clock in for work, so that's probably not gonna happen, but maybe Sunday, so be ready for a book haul. So I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit more about certain themes that I enjoyed in these books, non-spoilery themes, but themes that made me just fall in love with this, made me just cry and go through all of the feelings, maybe experience grief in many forms, and I just think it's a good series to read if you guys haven't already, although I'm always late to stuff, so you guys have probably already read it, but on the off chance that you guys have not, let me try to convince you. So Heartstopper Volume 1 themes bullying, non-consensual stuff, and conversation about the different types of letters in the LGBTQIA+. Then we have Volume 2. This is kind of going further into homophobia, bullying, standing up for yourself. Volume 3, we're really starting to experience family issues, and we're starting to see a development of a type of eating disorder. We're not entirely sure what it is yet, but that is what is happening. They're also dealing with a lot of homophobia and bullying, kind of rounding out that conversation a little bit more. In volume 4, here you experienced broken family dynamics, divorce, traumas, and traumas from the other things. Like, we kind of get a callback to volume 1 about the non-consensual stuff. We get a callback all the time to the bullying throughout. We get callbacks to struggling with identities and trying to figure life out, but also, you know, being a kind person while you're trying to figure that out. And then we're really getting into the family dynamics and broken family dynamics. We're really getting into the mental health issues. And this also had my favorite quote of all time: love cannot cure mental illness. Yeah, that one wrecked me. So those are some highlighted themes of these books, but they also have friendships and romance and, you know, the struggle of being a kid in high school and just like regular high school life as well. I think Alice Oseman did a good job of packing everything together, making it, I feel like saying enjoyable is such an interesting word to use after I literally said everything that I did, but like making it enjoyable, making it relatable, making it understandable, making it believable, and I just think she did a really good job. So those were some of the themes I just wanted to share, because I think once we understand the deeper themes within them, I think you can enjoy them so much more and you can have such a bigger appreciation for them, and I think it's really great. So definitely read these books if you haven't already, or maybe reread them because they are so good and they will provide a great time. I don't know. I'm just really in love with these books and I just wanted to talk about it. All right, I'm shutting up. We'll see you in another video. Bye. I don't even know where to start, but in this series, we are following along Charlie and Nick and their relationship, and it is the cutest freaking thing. And there are so many topics that we deal with here, because not only is this two boys who are dealing with romance and high school life just in general, they are dealing with some particularly hard stuff. Like, there's just a lot of really good conversation. There's homophobia, there is discovering your sexual identity, there is discovering love and romance and what that means, you know, and finding a secure relationship that is not toxic and not this word. There is broken family dynamics, there is eating disorders, that one is harder for me. There is mental health, navigating that as well. Like, on one hand, one is dealing with a certain thing. I'm not spoiling. I'm not spoilering. Okay, I'm not. But there's this one particular thing that one of the characters is dealing with, and then the partner is just like, I care about you so much. Like, I need to know, like, how do I help you? And then the bigger conversation of that is like, okay, even if you like know how to help and you want to be there and you want to be that support system, it doesn't just have to be you alone that is helping them. Because sometimes you can't. Sometimes it has to be other people. Sometimes it's literally just coming down to the person who is, you know, feeling all of these things and having to deal with it to work through it. Sometimes, like, you can have all of the tools, you can have all of the people, you can have all of the support, but it truly does come down to, in some decisions, just you and enduring that. And the biggest part of the endurance and the biggest help in the endurance is to have people in your corner who care about you, who still stay. Like, that is such a big thing for me. Like, I used to say this all the time after my parents got divorced and everything. I was like, the biggest thing that I felt, that I saw at the time, the very first element was who stayed and in what capacity were they staying? What capacity was being left? That's the one for me. I'm about to get emotional. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. This entire series has made me cry at least 4 times at this point now, if I remember correctly. But such a good series. Do highly recommend. Honestly, I do think that this is a book series that I would just recommend for everybody, even if you don't like contemporary romance. Because to be honest, I was there with you. I didn't think I liked contemporary romance. I didn't think I liked slice of life. I thought it was too slow. But in manga and graphic novels specifically, to have the the moving pictures, it helps with the storyline a little bit. But then also too, I don't know, there's something about the way this author just knew how to really tell the story alongside the pictures that made it able to be invested. Like, it wasn't just, here's a picture, here's words telling what the picture does. No, it's, here's the picture, it's giving you the action, and then you are just getting, like, the dialogue, and not just the dialogue, but the monologues. So good. And the one thing I appreciate about monologues in general is that we get more. We get more from a character. We get their real thoughts. Sometimes in dialogue, and this is just in general, real life scenarios, our dialogue is not always the most deep or the most impactful, as if our inner monologues could speak for us and be articulated, because there's more. I want to say it's like all of the pages of the book that gets tossed out before the book is written. The book that is written, or the dialogue that is said, that's the ending of everything that we thought through prior to that. And most of the time, everything that we thought through in the inner monologue is so much more complex and context heavy than whatever statement pops out of our mouth. So that's what this book feels like. It's like we get the monologue for the words, and then we get the actions as our basic understanding of what's going on. And I greatly enjoyed that. Wow, didn't think I thought that deep of the graphic novel universe, but okay, apparently I do. Heartstopper Volume 1, 5 stars. Heartstopper Volume 2, 5 stars. Heartstopper Volume 3, 5 stars. Not me making sure I had those in order. Heartstopper Volume 4, a potential 6 star, 5 stars for now. So let me address that 6 star situation. I have a video idea concept that I want to do in December, where I am going to be looking back at all the books from January to November and taking all of my books and determining what is the goddess tier, okay? Because I am female, so goddess. What is the goddess tier for me? Okay, and that will be my 6 star category, because I have heard of other creators who have mentioned 6 star, and I was like so confused, because I was like, oh, is that a new rating system now on Goodreads? Like, what is happening? But no, it's their own rating system where, yes, there is the 5 star rating system, but then there is the secret 6 star tier, where it's those books that you just, no matter what, recommend. And for me, that equates to, okay, you have the regular ranking system just based off of your experience, how you would sell this to other people. And there's like this element of marketing towards other people where you're just like, okay, understanding that I am marketing my thoughts and opinions and experiences to other people, I will say that this book is 5 star. But maybe this one 4 star outranks it for me just on a personal level. The first book that I think of, therefore it would be in the goddess tier. That's kind of the concept, the idea behind it. So I am literally going to go through all of my books and I am going to see what is my goddess tier. I already know Sarah Penner is going to be on there. Heartstopper Volume 4. Now I will say the entire Heartstopper series could be on that 6 star tier, just because it is a series in general, and I firmly believe that you have to read all of them in succession to really just get the impact of this story. Oh my goodness. But Volume 4, it was good. Volume 3 as well. I would say Volume 3 and 4 had me in a chokehold. It was so good. Yeah, okay. Maybe the entire series. So we're gonna put that to the side. Okay. Now, I didn't just read Heartstopper last month. I actually started reading quite a lot of books, but I'm not going to even acknowledge a few of them just because I literally started and then had to just like rework the entire system. I was participating in Escape the Readathon. So it was a competitive team-based Escape the Room style readathon, literally. And you just did not know. Like, there is no way that anyone could have planned a TBR for that dang thing. And I love that. However, that does mean that there are some books that were started very tinily. That's a word. We're making it a word. And I just never completed them. Or got through enough for it to even count. There is one book that I will mention that I did start that rolled over into this month, and I've already finished it. And it was great. But first, let's talk about the DNF that happened. Because there was a DNF, unfortunately. Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. Let me tell you guys the basic concept before I ream this book. Just kidding. Basically, we are following along two sisters who are heirs to a throne of a kingdom that they know nothing about and did not even think existed. And this kingdom thought that these princesses were long lost, were dead like their parents, and so they had successors for the throne. And these successors were going to go through this academy called Zodiac Academy, and once they got through, they were guaranteed the throne. However, these girls were found, and now they are at this school, and there is some tension there because now they are alive, and they rightfully are heirs to a throne. Now, they don't necessarily know that they are princesses of this realm, but they do know that there is money involved, and they are barely like scraping by. They're not even really living at this point. It's bad. Their upbringing was actually truly just something I would never wish on my worst enemy. And so they're just like, oh, a chance at a better life? Heck yeah. But they don't want the throne or everything that comes with it. They don't want the notoriety. All they know is that they get there and all eyes are on them and they don't like it. They're like, mind your business. I'm just here to get some cash. So they get there. They still have very little context to who they are, what everything is about. They kind of ticked off the person that was supposed to tell them everything. So they know nothing. And then once other people realize they know nothing, they don't offer up the information per usual. It's like, seriously, all of this could be written down in an email and sent, you know? Could have been that easy. However, people like to be complicated. So, they go to this school, they meet these boys who are supposed to be the next heirs because they're allegedly dead. These boys were supposed to take over. And now there is tension and rivalry because power corrupts, and these boys know what it's like. They have got the power and the ego that goes along with that power, or so they think. They have the ego. They don't have the power yet, but they are acting as if they do, and that's awful. And now they are interacting with these girls, and it's supposedly a bully bromance, but here's the thing. The one scene that just keeps getting me is a very physical scene that I just can't condone and I can't be witness to. So I DNF. And so I will not be reading further, not yet. I'm not going to get rid of it yet because, again, maybe it's just the time and phase of my life, but also if I don't pick it up within 2 to 3 years, it is gone. I did start Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, and I gotta say, I have been having a great, amazing time, and you guys can check out my more in-depth thoughts in a reading vlog that I am going to be doing, and it's actually in collaboration with Ashley Hart's Reading. Hey girl. Yeah, that is everything for this video. I am also participating in the amazing readathon hosted by Bree from 4 Paws and a Book, so I will be continuing the Saturday uploads for your entertainment pleasure, obviously. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and also go follow Brie and all of the people there. I will have her links and everything for everyone. I will also have linked down below my socials, so that'll be my Bookstagram, my Instagram, my lifestyle channel, and then of course my TikTok. Thank you guys so much for watching, for taking the time out of your day, and thank you guys, as always, so much for being the best bookish bestie that ever was, is, or ever will be. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye!